Alright, what's up? Welcome to another video. In this video, I just wanted to go ahead and show the builder for Zephyrus Specter. That's what I'm just going to call this build. But it's a GALE PvE build. In the intro real quick, I just wanted to show my summary. I've got 60 extra health from talents, 45.5% pin, or mantra pin, 42 DVM, and 13 monster armor. So you could definitely make this a lot more tankier and a lot stronger if you go for a completely god roll PvE kit. My mantras, everything has a blue gem except for blinding dawn and tornado, because you want to you want to be able to spam blinding dawn just because it's a really good damage and AoE like crowd control, and then tornado, it just barely costs anything, so you might as well just put a blessed on it, and it is also really good at stunning enemies. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the builder. I hope you enjoy, and yeah. Alright, so onto the build maker. For race, I'm going Vesperian. I'm pretty sure you could make this build on any race. It might just be a little bit more difficult, or you might have to spin for some more talents at the end of it. But I'm going Vesperian on this build. Oath, Dawnwalker, obviously good AoE, good damage output, or like AoE control, crowd control. Origin, Deepbound, obviously to progress. I also went Vow of Thorns. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I'm pretty sure that also makes your hell modes harder. I'm not sure if it does, but I just know that I always get corrupted squibbos and corrupted enforcers for my hell modes. I don't know if that's just normal now and that's just how they updated the game, but yeah, I remember it used to be normal squibbos. Maybe that was just a while ago. But for your murmur, obviously Ardor. Bell, you want corrupted payback. The best version of this is called like corrupted insanity downside continuous payback or something. I know what the insanity downside is, obviously you just go more insane, but continuous, I'm pretty sure that's the variant where you just like, as they hit you, it just does the damage right back to them. I'm not really entirely too sure, but if you want to look into which variant is the best, I usually just, as long as I get the insanity downside, then I'm fine. Outfit, I went Prophet's Cloak for the 20% more pin, but you can always go Ignition Deep Delver, and then you can just have more resistances, more armor durability, and it'll be fine. Alright, so to start out, I always start out 10 willpower, 5 fortitude, and then 5 strength. That's just for your initial talents. Boons and flaws, steadfast, scrapper, and then my flaws, glutton and obvious. For scrapper, I'd probably switch this out with pack mule just to hold more. I don't know why I had I don't think I actually went with Scrapper. I think I just had this on the builder. So I went with Pack Mule. Okay, and then once you start leveling up, you want to go first 20 into willpower, and then you're gonna put 5 more into fortitude, so you'll be at 10 fortitude. Oh, I forgot you start with 10 Gale Breath, obviously. So then you'll level up, take whatever once you level up for your first one, you need to take Tornado Kicks or Gale Punch. You need to, not Gale Punch, but you need to take a Gale Mantra so that you can level up your Gale. So from there, you're going to go to 25 heavy, not heavy, fortitude, and then you'll level up, and then you'll take 20 Gale Breath, and you'll go 30 fortitude, and then you'll go 30 strength. And the point of this is to try to get Lose Your Mind as early as you can, because I always, like, if I ever try to go for Lose Your Mind later in the build, then I end up not getting it, and then I have to roll rares, and it's just a bunch more knowledge spent and whatnot, which, I can afford to use that now because I've got Moon's Eyes, but in general, you know, it's just easier if you go 30 early on, 30 strength early on. So then after you get your 30 strength, you want to go 50 fortitude, and then you're just going to go straight up to 80 willpower for Heretic Sutra. Now make sure along the way you're getting all of your Bastion talents, you're getting Underdog, you're just getting, we'll go over the talents in a minute, but the Bastion talents especially is one of the main things that you need to get. Then you're going to go 100 fortitude, that level up I think to, yeah, if you go 90, and then the level up to level 14, you can get reinforced armor. You just need to make sure that you go Mystic and then say I'm an Everlasting Bastion after you get all the Bastion talents, and you will get reinforced armor guaranteed. And there you go, 100 willpower, then you'll go 1 intelligence, 1 charisma. And now for this build, we're going to be going 0 heavy weapon. So from here, usually what I'll do if you go deep bound is I get my bell by just running Chaser because we're level 15. And then I'll get my bell, then I'll go to the shrines, I'll shrine. You have to shrine of chance to get a brick wall. If you don't, then the build is ruined. You're gonna have to redo it. So make sure you get brick wall. By this point, you need piercing will, lose your mind, brick wall, and reinforced armor. Those are the main talents you need before you shrine. So you shrine of order, and then this is what your stats should be looking like. Now from here, you've got two options. What I did for this build is I went 20 agility, 80 gale breath, and then I went 80 fortitude for level 5 reinforce. Now this is where it's your option. I put the 20 into agility, but realistically you only need 10. I go 10 for the vigil hood. You can go even less if you don't want to run a vigil hood. You could do 5, but you could always take those 10 points, reinvest them back into gale breath, or reinvest them back into a stat of your choice if you find a way to, I suppose, like make the build better. If you do know a way to that you could invest those 10 points to make the build do more damage, then let me know. But for this build, I went 20 agility just to be more mobile, and then we went no heavy weapon. So this was what our stats are going to be looking like. 6 vitality, 6 proficiency, yeah, 6 vitality, 6 song chant, my bad. So for talents, I'm pretty sure I already picked most of them out, but reinforced armor, brick wall, world without song, possession, perfect flash. If you're like, this is going to be good for hell mode because you're going to be getting health packs, and then you move on to the next enemy that's not aggroed yet, and then you're already doing 25% more damage to them. And then obviously you want to be close because look at the talent card, 10% if it's far away. Carnivore, for obvious reasons. You can take grand support if you want, but it's up to you. Fishman for the 5 health, exoskeleton to the finish, neuroplasticity for the extra wild card slot, Thresher Claws, more pen, Warrior's Respite. Warrior's Respite, I spun it off on this build because I personally just didn't get enough rares. I just didn't count enough. Lose Your Mind, Piercing Will, Silencer's Blade, that one's important, Blood Iron Spear, and Scuba Drowner. So in total, 13 rares, but you don't necessarily have to get all 13. You could do good with like 11 to 12 maybe. Like Scuba Drowner is just for the health and agility. Blood Iron Spirit, that's just to regenerate your armor, obviously. But it also gives the 5 health. So you could still make the build good with maybe 11 rares, but those are the ones that you're probably going to want to get. Alright, so the talents that I went for my common talents are Time to Go, Vacuum Punch. You do not have to get this at all. I just like having it pull all the enemies into one little area, but that is completely optional. Scaredy Cat, just for more mobility. Grand Feast, Sunken Predator, because I'm pretty sure there's a talent called Brazen Blow that if you get, you do like more damage to slowed enemies, and this build is probably gonna always be in the depths. You're probably either gonna be farming Hell Mode or Deluvian with it, so you always want to be able to just apply a slow debuff. All the Bastion talents for reinforced armor, Giant Slayer, that 10% more damage, Underdog, 3% more damage. Charismatic Cast and Tough Love are why we went into Charisma on this build, which if you saw the last video, I'm pretty sure I went into, I was just heavy weapon. I just reinvested my heavy weapon so I could take Charisma talents and still have perfect flash. So that's going to be damage reduction, and with your right here with Tough Love, you're going to be dealing 10% more damage, or I guess 5% with your mantras. And then we're going to take Charge Return is optional. Your M1s don't do that much damage, and you're not really going to be under an elemental status effect that often. So it's completely up to you if you want to take Charge Return. I'm not going to lie, I didn't take it this time on this build, so I'm just going to uncheck that. Mantra permanence, knocking an enemy with this mantra or with the mantra runs the cost of the mantra, so you know you're just getting basically conserving ether. These are just the expert talents. Aftercut, that's just more free damage. Inhale, you want to make sure that you are inhaling often on this build because that's one of your big sources of damage. Fortitude Unbound, Willpower Unbound, you'll just get those naturally. One Step for mobility. Last Resort, just to be able to do a little bit more damage. You know, if you're getting in a bad situation, your health is low, then 10% more damage to hopefully get that health back. Old Habits Die Hard is just for the 5 health. Same with breathing exercises. Conquer Your Fears, I actually didn't go for it on this build whenever I made it because I'm deep bound, but if you're gonna progress in the overworld, you might want to grab it just so you're not going too insane, especially if you take an Insanity Downside Bell and you're using Heretic Sutra. Dragon Song, just more ether. Full Reset is that you can use Payback more often. If you're doing Deluvian or something, then you definitely want to be able to, like, payback is a huge like crutch. You can like it helps out a lot with the health regen on the corrupted version, and it just outputs some damage. Ardor Scream. Oh wait, replenishing knockout obviously just so you can get more from health packs. Ardor Scream, it's just 25% more damage, 50% more posture damage for 10 seconds. So realistically, if you're using Reinforce, Heretic Suture, and Inhale along with this, then you're going to be killing everything faster than 10 seconds, so the timer doesn't even matter. All these talents, I took Armor Conserver. I'm pretty sure I spun off all of these because at the end of the day, with Steadfast and Blood Iron Spirit, your armor just isn't going to be broken that often. Like, your armor is basically always going to be up even if it's not full. So I took Armor Conserver, obviously, and then I think I took Lightweight just for the 3 passive agility, but you can definitely spin that off if you need a different talent. You can go for Turtle Shell if you want. It's completely up to you. I didn't because I don't know, I just didn't think I really needed it. But if you want to, you know, keep yourself safer from gankers, then go ahead. Apparitions, Haunted Path, Specter, and Phantom Step is just for mobility. Like, especially if you need to run away during Hell mode. But these two are just extra, I guess, damage. And then obviously you need this so you can have Phantom Step. Grasp on Reality, Magical Resolve, I did take Unfazed. I don't know why that's unchecked, but Grasp on Reality and Unfazed are just so you don't really experience the downsides of insanity while you're using Heretic Sutra. Magical Resolve, just more ether. And let's see, Matador, that's just for, I'm pretty sure the humanoids, like the Broodlords, I think they have hyper armor. I don't really remember. I know Chaser does. So I mean, you might as well take it. It's not like a whole lot of enemies that this is going to help with, but the ones that it does, it's an extra 20%. And then Haunted Gale, just extra damage pretty much. And then obviously you're going to want to max out Dawnwalker to get the most from it. Aetheron's Gaze, I mean, you're probably going to get that if you're doing layer 2 if you progress just how I did. But yeah, you can. I didn't get any of these talents personally, but you can go for any of them if you want them. For your mantras, we're going to go Tornado, Gale Punch, Twister Kick, Astral Wind, Blinding Dawn, Reinforce, and Radiant Dawn. That's all the ones that I went for. It's completely up to you which ones you want. Some people might want to take Wind Gun and put a Blast Spark on it. It's completely up to you how you want to do that. For your weapon, it's just going to be a 3-star Weight Battle Axe with Astral. Or I'm pretty sure Astral still doesn't work. Yeah, Astral still doesn't work in the build maker. So we're going to put Grim. Alright, to show you the damage. And then for my personal build, I have 41 DVM, I'm pretty sure. So that's 3 shots for a Squibbo. Now, if Hell mode is, or well, I guess we can put on the rings real quick. Ring of Casters, if you run an Ishin's ring, that's up to you. But Ring of Casters, I'll have an Akira's ring, and then I'm pretty sure Maestro's, and then I'm not going to check another one because I'll have a Diver's ring. Wait, no, not Agility, I'll have the Intelligence one. So that's 3 hits for a normal Squibbo. It's completely up to you whether or not you want to do, what rings you want to run. But so on average for a Squibbo, it's just 3 hits. And then Hell mode, I'm not sure if it is because I run Valve Thorns or if it's just Hell mode in general, they're all corrupted. But usually what I found is it's not really that big of an issue if you run no heavy. As long as you can crit them and you have Ardor activated, then you can stun them, get hits in, other people might help you, but as long as you're just smart with what you're doing in Hell mode, then you'll be fine. And it's definitely not an issue in the Deluvian if you're only going to wave 25. If you're going higher, then you definitely need help because this build is not made to solo wave 50 of the Deluvian. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at our summary. 160 health, 5 ether. You can see everything from here. I guess we didn't really need neuroplasticity because we only took Radiant Dawn. I don't know, maybe that was an error on my part. Oh yeah, and then you also need Wind Passage. That was something I completely forgot. You need Wind Passage, and you need to put 3 perfect lenses on Wind Passage to make it go even farther. This is just going to be a wave 25 Deluvian run. I went a little bit past it, but I messed up in I think wave 27 or 28, and so I just stopped there early. But really this build is only meant to go like maybe wave 25 in the Deluvian if you want to farm it by yourself. It can go to wave 50, but you just definitely need people with you. But yeah, enjoy the Deluvian content and I guess the outro. suffocated. It's tweaking out for a second, man. It's like trying to pop it and it just wouldn't pop. Just checking these chests just in case sometimes they might have like a, I don't know, item or something. Blinding Dawn and Tornado. So just make sure that I'm moving whenever you use Tornado. Okay. See, any ways that we can just automatically just turn it even because it's just cancel. It's probably possible to go wave 50 with this build. Just not by yourself, like this you can see it's getting from Ross pretty easy, but I'm pretty sure there's like what's it called? I don't even know if you'd be able to do those things. Let's check this chest real quick, just because. Alright, sometimes with those, but if not, you just have to stay back or parry and crit. Just like that, we're fine. Okay. Well, I hate the Gale ones because he would be dead right now, but. This wave I kind of suck at just because they have so much health, man. Yep. Oh, I don't have tornado. I feel like one of these things I've done. I'm not trying to uppercut. There we go. But that's wave 25. It's pretty easy. I'm just gonna check these big chests real quick. Might as well take the enchant just for some money. 2 void spires. Every time I see a void spire, it's so sad, man. So wave 25 does have a lot of gems. Smith's alloy. Okay. Sometimes I'll be getting armor's needles. Or spot idols. I don't really think I ever get a Sinner's Ash from wave 25, but there's wave 25. We might as well go ahead and go wave 30. I'll just go as far as I can comfortably. This wave, I think, man. Yeah, we're just gonna stop it. Alright, so that wave, I probably could have done better. I just used my payback way too soon, but as you can see, this is a decent Deluvian build. But yeah, this build is mainly for hell mode. I just didn't want to showcase it in a hell mode because I didn't want to get ganked. It's just like, I don't know, I can't talk. I've been getting ganked really often in hell mode, and I just didn't want to get a gank while I'm trying to show it off. But as you can see from that, it is good in hell mode. The only difficult thing is maybe corrupt Swizzos. I think I talked about that earlier in the video. But yeah, those take a couple more M1s, but as long as you got Ardor active, you can stun them and you can really get them in. If you're using Astral, then you know that first crit will proc that little AoE explosion and it'll do an extra 100 damage. I'm not really sure how much that's actually going to add, but just make sure you're proccing everything. You need to inhale Heretic Suture reinforced for that extra defense, and I'm pretty sure it gets a little M1 damage. But yeah, that was the build. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I like that, or I think this improved version is better with Charisma instead of Heavy Weapon. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.